Hi everyone and welcome back to Pop Off the Clock. I'm Brenda.
And I'm Yoseline. We are back once again.
Yes, we are back.
We were technically here last week, but you guys didn't get to see it. But that's okay. We're here. No one's going to stop us from chit-chatting.
Regardless, there wasn't a whole lot happening last week.
No.
So thankfully everything hit at the right time. We are seeing
better stories.
Yeah, we have better stories this time around. So y'all didn't miss out on much. We are seeing the resurgence of Taylor Swift again. She's out and about. She had her red carpet debut officially with Mr. Travis Kelce.
We're considering this a red carpet debut. We are.
Yeah, a lot of people are considering that, and it was an interesting one.
And Paris was the place to be if you are a part of the Beehive. Beyonce took over Paris for 3 nights, and she had some amazing special guests out there, so we're going to go over that and her takeover of the City of Love.
Yes, and I don't know if this is going to be the conclusion of this chapter, because it feels like this is a never-ending story, but we have another update in the Justin Baldoni, Blake Lively legal drama. Things looking up for Miss Lively.
Yes.
As of now.
Yes.
They are considering it a win in her camp. So
we are, yeah, they are. I said we are. I'm not part of her camp. They are, but we are going to get into it. We're going to see what this means, where we stand. Baldoni, let's go.
Yeah.
But yeah, before we start, you could talk about your weekend.
I had a pretty simple weekend, nothing too crazy.
Yeah.
My friend had a show. He had been working towards it. He had it. It was great. And then I hosted a Love Island night with my friends on Sunday. So everything was pretty simple.
What does a Love Island night look like?
So, Yoseline, I'm glad you asked. A Love Island night looks like, it was, just pizza. We had wine. We had snacks. I think this is kind of like our first time together watching like an actual like episode within the series, because we've watched like After Sun together and the reunion, but not really an episode. So it was nice to get people's in-person reactions, because we're always texting each other like after the episode airs. So it was nice to see and it was a big moment. So I'm glad that I had my friends with me as we devoured that episode. But a lot of Love Island style type of events popping up around the world, including here in Laredo. So it's nice to see everyone hopping on the Love Island train.
Absolutely. But
what about you?
No, I didn't have. I had a good weekend. You guys didn't get to hear it, but last weekend I was out of town. So this weekend it was a day to just planning was we're going to clean, we're going to wash the clothes that we took in our suitcase last week. Oh, no. Our friend called us saying, let's just hang out at the pool. Ooh. So Chloe found a big inflatable thing of it looked like a Eggo waffle.
Oh, that's cute.
With a butter on the middle. And
that's awesome.
I basically was on that for a couple hours.
Nice.
And got tan. You can't see it, but this is me.
You
couple
look tan.
shades darker.
You look tan.
So Laredo sun was hitting me, and
I wanted to.
Yeah, and then the cookout, but the relaxing,
cookout.
Very nice little weekend.
Nice.
Yeah, but nothing too exciting. We have a big, in my opinion, big week or month coming up.
Yes, we do.
We do. I have a lot of stuff happening, so
same.
Stay tuned, guys.
Yes, it's going to be a pretty busy. I don't know why July just stacked up.
I don't know.
Events.
July. Yeah, it did. America's birthday, Chloe's birthday. I have a wedding. I have a lot of things lined up, but which is weird because summer. I don't like the heat. Sorry, heat wave. I don't like the heat, but I guess I'm really busy on the hottest, one of the hottest months of the year.
No, yeah, I was writing. I got a new planner yesterday for the new half of my year. And yeah, next month I have event after event or something going on each weekend. Yeah. So
popular.
Yeah.
They're so
popular.
But yeah, let's get started with our headlines.
Yes.
Very good headlines. I feel like it's A-list in every single story headline that we have. So we're going to start off with the upcoming. It's happening this weekend. One of the most anticipated weddings. Jeff Bezos is getting married with his longtime girlfriend. Lauren Sanchez. So the stars have begun to arrive in Venice for an ultra-luxe wedding of Jeff Bezos and Laura Sanchez. Kardashians, Oprah, Orlando Bloom, Tom Brady, all seen arriving this weekend in the last couple of days, to be exact, to this Italian getaway. Lauren and Jeff's wedding is expected to welcome 200 guests, which is not a lot. Like, that's a small wedding, right? Okay.
For them, it's small.
Yes. And they are reportedly spending a minimum of $50,000 per guest. For their for their special celebration. Doing the math, that means they're splashing a total of $10 million to celebrate their love.
That makes about sense.
I didn't know they were that close to the Kardashians. I knew they were close, but like 200, like within 200 people that you know, all of the Kardashians. Kris, Kim, and Khloe.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, they interviewed when they went to the Blue Origin. They interviewed them.
I didn't know they were that close to Tom Brady.
I kind of see that.
Ivanka Trump made it out there too.
Oh, okay.
Which I knew they were close.
I saw that they are in lieu of like gifts. They're just asking for donations to something.
Okay,
but I'm
that invite.
I know it was.
I thought it was joke. I thought it was a joke at first.
I know it's pretty not great.
Like, you have all that money, you couldn't hire a
get a
graphic
nicer.
designer.
No, it was giving early 2000s.
It was giving pop art.
Yes.
Like
clip art.
Clip art. There we go. But congratulations. I expect more things to roll out because guests started showing up Wednesday.
Yeah.
And it's like little events, like yacht party, lunch, dinner, blah, blah, blah. So I think Saturday and Sunday it's going to be the main event.
She was married before, right?
They were both, yeah.
Okay.
They were both married before.
Okay. I don't really know a whole lot
but
about
were they billionaires when they first got married? No. Like, he wasn't rich when he first got married. She was.
But when they met, he was already like Amazon.
Oh yeah, he was married.
Oh, okay. See, I don't really know their history.
He was very much
in a relationship.
With a good banker and his wife.
Oh.
But yeah, congratulations to them. We mentioned that Orlando Bloom is out there, and we had seen headlines in the beginning of the week saying that Orlando Bloom was out there trying to be single, and he was making it very well known that he is single. A couple days leading up to it, it has now been confirmed by people in TMZ. Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom have called it quits. People can confirm that the couple who got engaged in 2019 have gone their separate ways. TMZ was the first to report the news. I'm surprised.
Really? I feel like we spoke about the fact that they could potentially not be together last time.
No, I thought it was like, I get why there's tension. She's touring,
It's just all of these like bad things hitting.
And I'm like, but you have to kind of make it through that.
Were they married? No, right?
No, they were engaged.
Oh, they were engaged. Okay.
So
I wonder how awkward it is for her, because is she not inviting to the wedding now, or
right?
Because she's not there, and like he's there,
and she went to space.
I know with Lauren.
Like, what did she
that's why I'm like.
The other thing, I wonder if the other astronauts are invited to the wedding. The other thing that I'm thinking about
Well, Gail was there.
Oh, yeah. Oprah, yeah. The other thing I'm thinking about this relationship is, if you're a Katy Perry fan, her documentary, when she was on tour with Teenage Dreams, that's when she had her first major break. She got divorced. Like, Russell Brand called her while she was on tour and filed for divorce. And now she's on tour.
She should just not tour.
I think that's
like not what do you call it? Like, it's just bad luck.
Yeah, like superstitious. Like, don't go on tour. Your boyfriend will break up with you.
You know what? Go on tour. You don't need him.
But we'll see how that plays out, because we do know that they obviously share a daughter, Daisy. So it's not like they're going to be not in each other's lives.
Another one bites the dust.
Another relationship news. We have Page Perfect alum Anna Camp first opened up about her relationship with her on-set stylist Jade Whipkey last month. Well, now we're getting a little bit more of I guess it was controversial, and she's shutting it down. So the actress, Anna Camp, is 42, and her new girlfriend is 24. There is a 19-year age gap, and people were kind of talking like we, criticize men when they kind of do that. And she is just shutting down the age gap discourse surrounding her new relationship, and saying that people would actually be surprised to know how much they truly have in common, despite the age difference.
I think they had their red carpet debut this week too, so Very nice.
Good for them. Good for them.
It's true. I mean, we never criticize a man when he dates a younger woman.
We do.
Well, we do, but
I don't
not
think it's
society.
I don't think it's harsh either.
Yeah.
Like we're like, oh, okay, but
Would I personally, with that huge of an age gap, I don't know. That's
would date
19
younger?
years. That's huge.
Would you date someone 19 years younger?
I don't.
That would be no. That would be too much.
No, yeah.
You're 31. They would be not even 18, so not do that.
Absolutely.
Absolutely not. Let's move on. We have Hailey Bieber, who is stepping out in New York City without her engagement ring over the weekend. Well, it has caught the attention of many Eagle Eye fans to spiral due to reports of tensions between Justin and Hailey. However, she has recently posted on Instagram a subtle little take to make it clear that things are just fine, visibly wearing her ring in a new mirror selfie.
Yeah, it was like on and off. I don't know, maybe it just wasn't fitting the outfit, or maybe it was, I don't know.
Getting it clean.
Yeah.
Getting it clean. I always think something's up just because of Justin's behavior, but she's pretty loyal.
He's also posting a lot of like weird things in the days.
Yeah, scripting messages.
That's why I'm like, maybe they got into a little bit of a fight, and she was like, I'm gonna take pictures without my wedding ring on to just really
and then be like,
give it to him.
Kidding, babe. And then
And he's like posting 10 more pictures on his grid.
Yeah. Another shocking former couple. It looks like there is a good relationship between Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner. Well, it looks like things are cool between Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner, the Cake by the Ocean singer and the Game of Thrones alum who finalized their divorce last September after a messy custody battle. It was messy, guys. Were spotted taking a stroll together in New York City last weekend. Footage captured by a fan on TikTok show the two side by side on the sidewalk, seemingly engaging in a friendly conversation.
It's good to see the war is over between.
I know.
Not that I know much about their life, but I'm glad that they're cool. Cool for the summer.
Cool for the summer. Yeah, I mean, eventually they'd have to. I actually think that they're eventually going to get back together. Like those parents that like get married like 10 years down the line.
Maybe.
I think that. Like Parent Trap.
Yeah, they just need some time apart from each other.
She was so young.
And I think that she's still with that guy.
Yeah, we were
that's
talking
like an
about
aristocrat, right? Or something.
What even is that?
I know.
But,
Who knows?
And then we're shifting over to some performances that kind of went viral this week. Tom Sandoval and his band performed on America's Got Talent. Yep, you heard that right. They did a whole performance, and the judges were somewhat confused. They weren't completely against him. The most critical one being Simon Cowell. He kind of was just like, the vocals weren't completely there, but whatever. Spoiler alert. He does go to the next round.
No, he
doesn't. In the competition.
Why?
Yeah.
There's so many better people than Tom Sandoval.
I know, but the new reports have come out. People like that were, I guess, contestants were saying that he was getting special treatment. Like he got his own like.
Oh my gosh,
they're
just
dressing
capitalizing on his Traitors fame.
Another performance that
Short-lived.
Another performance that got attention this week was Kristen Chenoweth is speaking out after singing the national anthem during the NBA Finals. The Broadway star performed the Star Spangled Banner on Sunday before Game 7 and the NBA Finals between the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Indiana Pacers at Oklahoma City's Paycom Center. Her appearance started mixed reaction online, but the Tony Award winner and Oklahoma native says she was just focused on making her state proud.
I still haven't seen it.
I kind of saw it. It's not like Fergie bad, but it is very
I love that that's the
theater.
spectrum.
You know, it's very theater. It's
Yeah.
not like she can't sing.
Yeah, because I was like, she's literally a Broadway superstar.
Yeah. I think it was just too much drama, too theater for these basketball fans.
Nobody knows real. No, I mean, I don't know. It's like, why do we have to make it, like, just sing it?
Oh, you mean like just go out there
Like, just sing it. I don't know. I don't know. I think after Fergie, people want to, like,
yeah.
I don't know.
Like, put their own twist.
Yeah. Or maybe get viral attention.
Viral attention. You know who got viral attention a couple weeks ago, and we talked about it? Sabrina Carpenter with the cover of her new album. Well, Miss Carpenter has revealed an alternative artwork that she says is approved by God for her new album after the original one cover sparked a lot of controversy. Original cover has her on all fours while a man's hand is like touching her hair, and people obviously said that is kind of like too submissive, too
like taking us back, but I'm like, I don't think that's
I think
the case.
It's very satire. But now she came out with a new cover. I think it's cute too.
Yeah, I feel like I get what the vibe is going to be of this album. And I'm excited for it. I'm ready for some more Sabrina.
You're ready for more
Sabrina Summer.
And then some, let me just make sure. Yeah. You sent this in a while ago, I think last night. Daisy Edgar Jones will star in the remake of Sense and Sensibility, which is in the works, for Focus Features. Georgia Oakley will direct the new take on Jane Austen's classic, with Diana Reid set to adapt the screenplay.
I'm excited for that.
I like Daisy.
I love her. It's like giving a modern Keira Knightley vibe.
She's like beautiful, but it's like,
I feel like she can do really period pieces. Like her face, because I feel like some people they have like, I've heard of this like post like phone face where you feel like they're like an Instagram model, where it's like people have like authentic old time beauty.
Anne Hathaway has
that. And I think that Daisy Edgar Jones has that kind of classic.
That's cute.
Fit any time frame.
So Sophia Richie debuted a dramatic hair transformation. She took a page from Brenda's book. On social media, she jokingly joking that her shorter style will make her unrecognizable to even her 1-year-old daughter, Eloise. On TikTok, she documented the days leading up to the big chop and the haircuts, and her husband, Elliot's sweet reaction to her new look. And it's basically the length of Brenda's. Yeah. And it's funny because she does make a TikTok in the beginning. She's like, 2 days away, 1 day away.
And like you literally just cut your hair. It's not that big of a deal.
And she kind of says that her hair is just fried and all that good stuff. So she chopped it
up. It's nice. It feels nice on your neck. She's going to enjoy it. No,
she's going to
join the club.
She's going to enjoy the exposure of her neck.
Yes.
And then I actually had forgotten about this girl because she's within the Bachelor Nation, but after exiting and finishing her season, she quietly just kind of became an influencer for cooking and a football wife, an NFL wife.
A wag.
Hannah Anslus and Jake Funk will soon have a new rose in their life. Indeed, the Bachelor alum shared that she and the NFL star who tied the knot last June are expecting their first baby together. She also posted a TikTok of her revealing the news to her best friend, which is Victoria Fuller, which I didn't even know they were that close, but it was super cute.
No, I don't know. I thought that she was pregnant already or like had a baby, but I kind of confuse all of the girls from Peter's season sometimes.
Oh, you might be thinking of Maddie.
There you go. Yeah, I always confuse them too because of the whole drama. That's when I started watching The Bachelor.
Not only do they look alike, but they were on the same season.
Yeah, the same season. Like they kind of got married around the same time, like pregnant, having the baby around the same time. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. Good for them.
Good for them. Am I missing anything?
So, breaking news earlier today, Anna Wintour is stepping down as the editor-in-chief of Vogue. So, I didn't actually read the reasonings for it, but the end of an era, definitely.
That is definitely, like, who is going to get paid?
I know. It's going to, oh my God, Devil Wears Prada. I'm already thinking of like, is it going to be the Paris editor?
That is like the perfect storyline for the Devil Wears Prada too.
Yes. Like who takes over? Well, I mean, that's kind of like what it was going to be like at the end of the movie when they're like, oh, they're setting up the girl from Paris, but like Miranda ends up keeping it. But what if like, you know, this situation comes where it's like.
Well, whoever runs the British Vogue needs put their input because British Vogue has been killing it. Like,
and that's why I wonder if they have gotten her out because it was just kind of the same vibe in a lot of these.
Like shoots. I remember I growing up, Vogue and Teen Vogue, we would be like, who's on the cover? Like, do we need to go buy it? Do we need to buy a subscription? Because seriously, my sisters and I would put it on the wall like Teen Vogue.
Oh my God, I love Teen Vogue.
And then it was always like, I can't wait until I'm old enough to understand what's on Vogue, care about it.
Yeah.
But now I'm just like,
I've never read like a Vogue article. Or like,
And that's because I think Team Vogue is going towards the right direction with their editorials, with their opinion pieces. They really do cover like social issues. And I don't think I really see that from Vogue. It's very much like, obviously the up and comer is someone that's in the know, but there's no...
Aside from like reading who the cover girl is, I really don't like...
And it's always a Hadid.
Yeah.
Or like Jenner.
It's just like a model coming up or whoever's gonna be.
Mexico Vogue has actually been really good too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they've had really great creative.
I hope they consider like...
I think they need to make a panel of the greatest, like the good Vogues, so they could decide who'd take over.
I don't know. It's gonna be an interesting
You know who
thing
would
to
be
see.
great, actually? Derek.
Huff? I'm just kidding.
Derek, I don't know if...
I know
Derek
who you're talking about.
or
Yes.
something like that.
Yes.
Him.
I love his style for Vogue, like whatever
what's
he
her
does.
name? I forgot her name, but she was the
She's
head
friends with
of...
Gigi, right?
Yes.
I forgot her name.
She's the head of fashion for Instagram.
For Vogue, right?
For Instagram. But so I would say she should go to Vogue and be an editor, because I believe she started as... I think she started in Vogue.
Didn't she start in Vogue? Yeah, I felt like she started...
So they would be great. I think her last name was Chen or something like that.
I just want to know if it was like her decision to finally step down, or was she being pushed out? Like, I don't know.
We'll never know. They never say that kind of stuff. But let's go. Do you want to do your Love Island recap now?
Yes, let's do our Love Island recap for the week. So this is since last Thursday, since we're recording on Thursday, the new cycle of episodes starts. So last week got pretty crazy. We had a big elimination of some of the OGs, kind of OGs. The boys had their way with Jeremiah and they kicked him out of the villa.
Why?
I'm so sad. I'm so sad for Jeremiah. Ace and Nick and Taylor, like the mean girls they are. Sorry, I'm not going to bully them. But, you know, they just have had it out for Jeremiah. He's never been able to do right by their eyes. He's with Huda, then they're too much, so he gets out of a couple with Huda. Then he starts with Iris, but he realizes that they're just friends. Then he starts talking to the new bombshell, Andriana, but then they're not happy with that. So it was just their reasoning behind sending Jeremiah home was really ridiculous, and it's just that they were threatened by him in a lot of people's opinions. So I'm sad to see Jeremiah gone, but he's getting so much love now, and he even said in some of his post interviews that he's just kind of happy to leave the villa and that he wouldn't really consider being with Huda again, which, yeah, that's a smart choice to make. But we also introduced this week Casa Amor. The girls are entering the Casa Amor villa while the guys have the bombshells enter their villa. And honestly, the casting of the Casa Amor people isn't the best. They also made a switch up with this year's Casa Amor where the girls, they're no longer testing their relationship and going to go back to their partner. They are now officially single in Casa Amor, so they had to recouple with the new bombshells. It's just, Ariana has been liking a lot of things where it's like, honestly, there's really no couples to test. The only couple is like Nick and Sierra that I feel a little bit more solid about, but everyone still feels like they're exploring or they're just, I don't know. So they wanted to do a huge shakeup, and we end this last week with Nick and Alondria being sent home because two people had to be kicked off of their Casa Amor journey from the men's and the women's. And those are the OGs, Nick and Alondria. A lot of people were sad. I'm sad to see Nick and Alondria gone, but there was a twist at the end where Alondria's in a black car and she's like, get in, we're going shopping. I don't know where they're going next, but that is where we leave off in this Love Island journey. Oh, they also sent Hannah home. I keep forgetting about Hannah, but I'm so sad that they sent Hannah home as well. They should have sent Austin and Amaya home, honestly. Even though I love Amaya Papaya, I think that she hasn't really found anybody. But they sent Hannah home even though she's had a connection with Pepe. Their argument was because she keeps like committing to people, but I'm like, that's kind of what Love Island is. She still was down to explore. She's even said in her post interviews that she's shocked that she was sent home. I was pretty shocked as well, but yeah, that's what you missed on Love Island. Fingers crossed that they bring back Nick and Alondria as bombshells for the Casa Amor people, but I don't know. They've been shaking things up this season, so.
I like that. Well, stay tuned every week for this recap brought to you by Brenda. Now
Love me, Love Island.
Love you, love. So let's get now to our main headlines of the week, the biggest stories in our opinion. We have an update on this whole Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively. Last time we spoke about it, we knew that the judge had dismissed his lawsuit against her, which would have been a counter lawsuit against her and the New York Times. They had until an X amount of days to refile something, amend something from it if they wanted to proceed. They did not file anything. Despite Justin Baldoni's lawyer promising to refile 4 claims against Blake Lively, but he missed the deadline to do so. Now he tells TMZ that his client will be pursuing additional legal options against Blake. Brian Friedman tells TMZ they are proceeding with discovery in the Lively case, and they are confident they will be able to prove there was no harassment or any smear campaign, as Blake alleges. So they are continuing to focus on the original lawsuit, which was hers against him. And that's basically the update we have. So there's still a day in court that we're gonna get to see it
really?
played out.
I thought that was it.
No, so
I got confused.
so basically it was, she sued him for sexual harassment and a campaign smear retaliation. Then he sued her, countersued her for the New York Times and saying that she was after him. So that was the lawsuit that was dismissed, and they were given the opportunity to come back with like an amendment, maybe specify something that the judge would deem suitable to be sued for, but they did not meet that deadline. So they're saying we're just going to focus on this main lawsuit. So it's still going to play out. Like that call from the judge that Blake still has to provide the Taylor's text, that is discovery from the original lawsuit. So that
so that
could still be
in play for this. I want to see what's in those text messages.
So we'll see again. I mean, it still says he has other options. Now, my question is to you guys, if you were Justin Baldoni, do you think you've done enough and you're just kind of like, you know, we had our court, but in public, or
we played in the court of public opinion,
or do you think that he should have done something to?
I don't know if it's kind of just like slowing down the steam, because it's like, I don't know if I think Wayfair already closed, didn't it?
I think so, probably.
It's like they probably used the money from that. I don't know what money he's using for all of this, but like to continue to pursue it, I don't know if he's probably like, I don't know if it's worth it as much anymore, even though, you know, I've already done immense damage to her reputation.
Yeah.
Which
she's considering it when it's, what do you guys think? Do you think this is something that the Blake team should consider a win?
I think it's like a small victory, but I don't think it's like an overall like, okay guys, like we're gonna do a press conference where I've been so tired of this for years.
No, but I think it definitely was something less that she and her team have to like fight.
And if he does step away, I mean, they did a good number on her. Like she was probably one of the most influential. But she hasn't dismissed her lawsuit, so technically he's still being accused of sexual harassment. So that should play out. I think that, I don't know if it's going to get to court. I really don't think. I don't think that they want. I think there's so many forces that are going to work against them going to court. I don't know. I can't imagine it.
I can't either. So now shifting all the way to the city of love, across the Europe pond. Beyonce recently concluded the Paris leg of her Cowboy Carter tour, performing 3 sold-out shows at Stade de France. During the final show on June 22nd, Jay-Z made a surprise appearance. This marked the first time in 7 years that the couple performed together. Beyonce also had a special guest appearance from Miley Cyrus during her June 19th show, where they sang their duet, Two Most Wanted. In addition to the tour, Beyonce and Jay-Z attended the Louis Vuitton menswear show during Fashion Week, Paris Fashion Week. And I just kept, I hadn't really gotten on the Cowboy Carter algorithm recipient of these videos. I saw like when Megan was there and maybe if a celebrity was there, but nothing, you know, from the point of view of a concert goer until her shows in Paris. I was being fed every angle of Miley, every angle of Jay-Z.
What did Jay-Z and Beyonce perform?
Crazy in Love, Drunk in Love, and then he did his Paris song that I'm not going to say.
Was Blue
You know what? I don't know.
She usually performs for.
She didn't go up when he was there, so it was. He went up. They sang "Crazy in Love." Then he had his solo with one of his songs that she left, and then she came back on stage and they did "Drunk in Love."
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I love both of them.
Those songs, yeah.
I love seeing them both perform together, and I loved seeing Miley. It's so nice to see
how much they love
like
each
a
other.
Disney, like, cause she's like our age, and so it's like a Disney star, but like Beyonce was older than us and like kind of had her own thing, and to see somebody of our like her and her.
I know that
work together.
Miley has said that they met in that AIDS concert when she was like still Hannah Montana.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember that. She was like, we met, and ever since then, like she's been like someone who gives me advice. And Tina, her mom, and Trish, were like our daughter. You know, like lean on each other. So I think they've just maintained a friendship.
I love that.
And you really didn't see it until I guess when I realized that was with this collaboration, because Miley, if you listen to her podcast, the one we spoke about last week, that you guys didn't hear, was she talked about writing for Beyonce. That she knew Beyonce. She's very much into, I write a song and I want to push it out, but her manager and her record company are very much like, we cannot do that. We need to market it. We need to get, blah, blah, blah. So what she does is, if she loves a song, she kind of finds out what artist is about to come out with an album and tries to pitch the song just so the song makes it out. She said that she had found out Beyonce was writing and it was country, so she very much pitched at least 3. It was this one, Two Most Wanted,
and then the one that's on her album,
the one that's on her album, and I think one more that she's like, I think I like.
Like, how cool that Beyonce was like, yeah, I'll take your song and you can perform with me in Paris.
Paris. But I love to see that. And then finally, the big story is Miss Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift gave an unexpected serenade of Shake It Off at Tuesday night's charity concert put on by Titan University. I found out what it is.
Oh, okay.
It is an athletic program co-founded by her boyfriend, Travis Kelce.
Oh,
the
cute.
flyer for the event stated there would be surprise special guests, but it's clear no one was expecting Swift to take part during, what's his name, Kane Brown said he invited her on. It is the first time Swift has performed live since obtaining the rights to her entire catalog.
Oh, that's true.
People were like, it was a full circle moment because it was in Nashville and just her and the guitar.
Starts
so
crying,
this
honestly.
Titan thing is a foundation that creates like opportunities for athletes, and it's 3 tight ends that like co-created it with Travis Kelce.
That's actually really cute.
It was Travis Kelce, the 49ers tight end, and a 49ers something, Mike Freer, is that Mike Freer, something like that? He retired already, but they host that every weekend.
All such a good time. Like, what a cute surprise.
So a big thing was that, they have events. They took over Nashville. They had like parties and events, just kind of like when South by or some festivals go into town. They were seen out and about in Nashville going to they went to like Aldine's.
I have no idea. But they went to dinner,
bar. Right? Yeah, they went to dinner. They went to Jason Aldean's bar that he owns. And then they were partying, and then finally that big concert is the biggest, I believe it's like the biggest fundraiser for the weekend. And then she pops up at the end, and the video you sent me, I hadn't seen it, the one where he's filming her, and I'm like,
oh, it's so, I keep seeing the comments, like, finally somebody who knows that they're dating the Taylor Swift, and it's like, like how... And I bet she was absolutely like, yeah, of course I'll do it.
Really? I think she was like, are you sure? And like, yeah. And she's like, okay. And then got into it.
Yeah, but it's like, I wonder if she's ever had like a partner who like is like, yeah, I want you to go and do your like...
At my event.
Yeah.
Because like when she would go with, what's his name? Joe, she wasn't allowed to walk the red carpets with him because it was his night. Yeah, right. When they went, they never did a red carpet debut. And people are considering this their red carpet debut because
there was like a red carpet.
There was a red carpet. It is a charity event night, so
I don't know why I use quotation marks. There was a red carpet. non-quotation marks.
So people are considering this their red carpet debut.
Which people have said it's going to be the Grammys, the Oscars.
It was his charity event
in Nashville.
Yeah.
Where she performed. I thought it was so cute. She wrote down like for the band, like the sheet music for them to know, but like just wrote it down really quickly. Like, I'm like, was this planned, or was it kind of just like last minute?
When she wrapped up, she said, like, shout out to the band who didn't know they were going to play this until like 2 minutes ago.
Oh, okay.
So I
wonder if like she knew, but it was like, we're going to tell them last minute so it doesn't spread,
I think
or was it just kind of like, oh, like.
You need to do it. Kane was like, you need to do it. You need to come to my.
And I'm like, why shake it off?
And it was a Chase Rice concert.
Who?
Chase Rice.
Oh.
Does that ring a bell?
No.
From The Bachelor, the one that Victoria Fuller.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Full circle
full
moment.
circle there. But yeah, that's a little recap of what went down in celebrity news this week from us.
Yeah, nothing else has been happening.
No.
I think.
I'm trying to be like, do I need to tell you guys something? But no.
No, I think that should be it.
Yeah. Okay. So that's it, guys. Be sure to follow us on all our social media. Just find us on Instagram, Pop Off the Clock. From there, you will find links to our Spotify and our YouTube playlist and our accounts there as well. But that does it for us. Bye, guys.
Bye.